Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your friend Bats. My name is Jared, and today I want to talk about Tom King Batman. And one of the reasons I want to talk about Tom King's Batman is because at one point or another throughout any given day, almost every day, since his run has ended, honestly, something of his run pops into my mind. Sometimes a moment that was really good, that really touched my heart in a way, or something that I just thought was absolute cringe, where I'm like, I can't believe they published this. And then another time it'll be where it just straight upset me as a longtime Batman reader. And I'm like, wow, not only can I imagine, I can't believe that they published this, but I can't believe they just let him write this. And they didn't rein him in and go, Tom, you can't do that. like no one was steering the ship other than Tom King, which blows my mind sometimes. And I feel like sometimes I have like a Stockholm syndrome in my mind about this run, because like I said, every day I think about it, and I think that's kind of weird. And I need to tell somebody, so I'm going to tell my YouTube audience that I am aware that it is weird, and I think it's weird. But it shows the impact of storytelling, and also the impact of how connected we as comic book readers get to a character, where it's been over for years now, right? It ended in 2020? Something like that. And I still think about it daily. And DC doesn't let us forget that it exists. Tom King is still, in one way or another, writing a Batman comic book. I believe he's on Batman Brave and the Bold, and I haven't read it. He had a handful of miniseries, right? He had the Killing Time. He's done the Riddler one. I have that. I've been meaning to read that. I think it actually looks really good. And that's kind of a weird thing about Tom King, is that he's one of these guys who manages to tell a story that's mind-blowing. He can tell a story that's mind-blowing. He could tell a story that is incredibly good, just classic comic book, Up in the Sky and Woman of Tomorrow, that some people are just regard as the best Supergirl story ever written. And then he can tell a story like I Am Bane, and you're like, what? He's not just our hit or miss. He is a knock it out of the park or smash it into the ground writer. And I think that's kind of amazing in a way. How does he tell these stories that just almost change your life in a way, one way or another? So was it about 2 years ago, because I couldn't get it off my mind, I went and reread Tom King. And I do remember on the initial publication of it all, I was really enjoying it up until, what's it called? The Wedding Gift, where Booster Gold shows up. And then I kind of start going, what the hell's happening here? And then by the time 50 was rolling around, what was it, LA Times spoiled the comic book on Sunday when it was supposed to come out on Wednesday, that the wedding that everyone was waiting for, that DC told them to tell the retailers to order high because it's going to be important and huge and change the status quo of Batman. LA Times spoiled it and said, oh, yeah, they didn't actually get married. Poor Batman. And so that's around the time where I started to fall off. And I think a lot of other people started to fall off because there was just kind of a bad faith at this point. Like there was this big buildup. And then it was like, dun 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 dun, just kidding. And then from there, it kind of just dragged out for like 20 something issues. And or was it? It went up to like 86. So like after that, there was like 36 issues after that. But when I went to go reread it 2 years ago, I started to find that there were little things, little nuggets in Tom King's writing that I just really, really loved. One of the things was when Batman and Catwoman go to what's Talia al Ghul's, Ra's al Ghul's, Nana Parbat? Is that what it's called? I forget. They go to the desert and they gotta go like tell Talia, and so Talia and like Damian's worried that his mom's gonna kill his dad, and Nightwing like goes with Damian back to the desert and sits with Damian, and he's like more nervous about his family drama than like the whole, it was just like this older brother and little brother having a moment going, hey, you gotta let the adults like screw up. Like it's not our problem, bro. Like, and that little moment was really good. There's little moments in there with the family that I just really just feel like Tom King really just gets it. And like his issue of Nightwing, there's a two-parter. One was like with a Matt Wagner cover, I think. And I think it was a flashback with all Matt Wagner on it. I don't remember. I have to go look. But that issue of like Nightwing going, hey, I know you're going through some real hard stuff right now. And as like your best friend, your brother, like your son, I'm not going to let you go through it alone. So I'm going to hang out with you to make sure you're okay. That was really good. And then Tom King goes, all right, now shoot him in the head. And it's just like, oh man, like Cold Days, the Victor Freeze story where Batman's just like absolutely loses it after being dumped at the altar, where he absolutely loses it, and he's like, he beats the crap out of Mr. Freeze, and then Bruce Wayne is on the jury whether Victor Freeze is innocent or guilty, and he like hangs the jury. That was really good. There's all these little like bits, but the overall arcing story is like, what exactly did Tom King bring to Batman other than like despair and destruction? Because if we look at like the history of Batman writers, everyone kind of adds their characters, their little nuggets to Batman, right? So like before Tom King, Scott Snyder came in, he created the Court of Owls. We got, Gordon and Rookie being Batman. We got this like new take on Joker. We got Bloom, even though people don't like Bloom. We got a new origin that with Zero Year, which I really love. I love that book a lot. He Scott Snyder essentially like reinvigorated Batman in the 2010s, and even before that with Grant Morrison, we got a whole crazy lot of stuff with Batman Inc., Damian, all sorts of stuff. And then Tom King kind of comes on and goes, here's Gotham and Gotham Girl. And you're like, what the hell is this? All right, well, and you kind of go along with it. And then he kind of just like kills them off essentially through his run. And then I get that he was like trying to, like, Bane has always been a one-hit wonder. And I get he was trying to like re-spark that magic that was Bane, but he just missed so hard for me. He just he aimed and then slipped and fired. Like he just missed so hard. And so he created Gotham and Gotham Girl, and he kills Alfred. And so and then he shoots Nightwing and takes his memory away, and tries to create a new, was it 10 Nights of the Beast? He tries to create that again where Batman, did he leave him for dead kind of thing. He took things that already existed, like Great Bane's story with Nightfall, 10 Nights of the Beast, and just tried to do his version of them, which doesn't really work. But like Cold Days, that story really works. And so then after Tom King leaves with James Tynion, we get Ghostmaker, Clown Hunter, Punchline. Forget the character's name. The guy who's creating Gotham AI. There was not the designer. There was a whole lot of stuff that James Tynion came in and created, and then Chip Zdarsky comes in and creates the what's it called, Failsafe, and really plays on stuff that happened before. But I'm digressing. Tom King didn't really add anything to Batman, but his addition is actually a subtraction, and it's Alfred. And they're not retconning it. They're just, this is the status quo of Batman, and it's just that's why I say DC can't let us forget, because every time we read a Batman comic, Alfred isn't there. So there's a big missing component to Batman. Even in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman's an old man and Alfred's there. So it's trips me out. So, I'm stumbling, but what I'm thinking I need to do again is I need to read Tom King a third time. And I want to find because what trips me out really is that recently there was a poll of what comic book omnibus collectors want of the entire DC catalog. And whatever got voted, the highest was going to get put into omnibus. And out of the entire 90 years of DC Comics library, the most voted thing was Tom King's run on Batman. And I'm am I missing something here? Tom King hasn't left Batman really since he came on. He's kind of this virus. And I'm not trying to say that negatively, because I do like a lot of things in his run. But I'm I also would kind of for him to finally be have his foot out of the door. It's let us move on, bro. So I don't know if I'm missing something here. Let me know what you think of Tom King down below. But I have Stockholm syndrome or something, because I can't stop thinking about it. I think about it every day, and I think that's crazy, and I might be crazy. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on next one. Peace.